was negotiated in secret between Epstein's attorneys and U.S. attorneys in Miami. Earlier this year, the judge ruled prosecutors violated the Crime Victims' Rights Act with that agreement, with attorneys for the victims arguing the only remedy was to throw it out. But the judge said today, by law, he can't do that. And because of Epstein's death, the issue is moot. Victims' attorneys are saying they are looking into an appeal. One of the attorneys, Jack Scarola, said in part the next chapter is making sure that every one of his co-conspirators is held fully accountable for their participation in those crimes, and every government official is held to answer for allowing them and Epstein to escape a full measure of justice. Epstein's attorney says the judge made the right decision due to Epstein's death. Co-conspirators can still be charged in New York or other states, and in New York, Epstein was facing charges there when he died.
Sam, thank you. The Contact 5 investigators have stayed on top of the Jeffrey Epstein case. You can look back at all of their reports by going to our website, WPTV.com/Epstein.
Detectives believe they have locked up a serial killer 3 years after a construction crew discovered a woman's body along Beeline Highway. Palm Beach County Sheriff's investigators say DNA connected them to Robert Hayes, and they believe he is tied to 3 other murders in Daytona Beach. WPTV News Channel 5's Michelle Casada is live tonight at Palm Beach County Jail with the very latest. Michelle?
Shannon, Robert Hayes is being held here at the jail with no bond. The victim's brothers from Nashville and Salt Lake City stood with PBSO detectives today at a news conference. They didn't want to speak, but the sheriff said they thanked PBSO for not giving up on this case. This was the scene off Beeline Highway just north of Indiantown Road in 2016. That March day, Tommy Cannon, a bulldozer operator, came across a woman's body.
Pretty shaken up about it. I'm just trying to stay busy with what I got to do.
Fast forward 3 years later, Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office investigators say they found the person who not only strangled and killed her, but may also be responsible for more murders in Daytona Beach.
We have been able to take what we believe is a serial killer off the streets, and had we not done this, we're pretty sure that he would have killed again.
Detectives say 32-year-old Rachel Bay was a known prostitute around Dixie Highway and 36th Street in West Palm Beach. A close friend was the last to see her at 2 a.m. March 7th. 5 hours later, construction crews more than 20 miles away found her dead.
Ever since that day, we think about it every once in a while, and it's nice to know that they kept going until they got him for it.
Captain Michael Wallace said DNA taken from Bay's sexual battery kit matched 3 cases in Daytona Beach from 2005 and 2006. They say Robert Hayes lived there during that time and became a suspect. A few days ago, PBSO investigators watching Hayes took his discarded cigarette, and DNA tests matched Bay's case.
It's more likely that the DNA sample is Rachel Bay and Robert Hayes than Rachel Bay and any other human on the planet.
Now, there are up to 4 cases Daytona Beach investigators believe Hayes is tied to. They are working with detectives here at PBSO and our local state attorney's office. Reporting from the Palm Beach County Jail, Michelle Casada, WPTV News Channel 5.
Now, Storm Team 5 with South Florida's most accurate weather forecast.
We have a couple of thunderstorms on the radar tonight moving through Martin County into Palm Beach County, and a line of rainfall, most of it west of Fort Pierce and Port St. Lucie. But this is a cell that is continuing to fire up as it works down 95 in the Turnpike through Martin County. Up next, Jupiter Farms, Palm Beach Country Estates, and eventually down toward the Acreage and Royal Palm. Additional rain is possible through at least mid-evening. About 8, 9 o'clock, some heavy rain right there, and the chance for a few rumbles of thunder. Otherwise, it'll be partly cloudy and cooling off slowly. There's a weak cool front on the way this week. We're going to talk about the timing for that and also look at the tropics. It's still busy out there. The latest coming up.
Steve, thank you. New tonight at 6. Imagine you just dropped off an important piece of mail at the post office, but now you wonder if it was stolen overnight.
WPTV News Channel 5's Arthur Mondale joining us live from Tequesta this evening with the case even the postal inspector calls one of a kind. Arthur?
That's right. Authorities say around 5 a.m. a person came up here to check on their P.O. box, noticed a hole in the wall, and then immediately called 911. Now authorities say anyone who dropped off their mail here over the weekend should definitely be on alert.
I thought they were remodeling, so I didn't think anybody broke in.
That's how Tequesta resident Richard Kuntz describes the large hole in the wall inside the lobby of the Tequesta post office, one of the busiest places in the quiet village of about 5,500 people.
It's pretty quiet up here at night. You know, you come up here and there's no one here. So if they targeting a post office, this is a quiet one. There's nobody around.
I believe this is kind of a first for us.
The U.S. Postal Inspection Service says a thief or thieves went inside the post office lobby and used some kind of tool to cut through about 1 to 2 feet of drywall, gaining access to the mail workroom floor. Investigators are trying to figure out what tools and how many suspects were involved to get in.
DNA evidence, any kind of fingerprints, or anything that we can go off that'll give us some information or some leads as to who may be behind this.
Investigators say things that belong to the post office were not stolen, taken, or removed.
Our safes did not appear to have been tampered with.
They can't say the same for the mail. Anyone who deposited mail here over the weekend should reach out to the postal inspector. Customers are also asked to monitor their credit to avoid becoming victim to fraud or identity theft. As for the thief or thieves, they can be federally charged with destruction of federal property, possible mail theft, and could be prosecuted at the state level.
He's going to jail.
And again, anyone who dropped off mail here over the weekend is asked to call the U.S. Postal Inspector. We have that number on our website. Reporting live, Arthur Mondale, WPTV News Channel 5.
Tonight, efforts continue to help the Bahamas. The Grand Celebration cruise ship, it left the Port of Palm Beach yesterday to deliver supplies and pick up evacuees. This is the second trip for the ship on a humanitarian mission. Now, evacuees with proper documentation will have to pay $49 per person to board the cruise ship. A woman turned to WPTV saying she's concerned that some families won't have that money.
For the family we're supporting, they're getting it done. They're a strong family. But there's others out there that maybe now their piece of hope is gone.
We are going to donate all the proceeds back to Grand Bahama Recovery. We are charging this amount because we thought this is a good benchmark to make sure that people who we bring back are properly documented and are not seen by the county to becoming a burden.
The ship is expected to return to the Port of Palm Beach Wednesday.
More than 150 dogs and cats rescued from the Bahamas, getting a second chance in Florida. 83 dogs and 75 cats flown from the Bahamas Humane Society to Fort Lauderdale today. A number of area rescue groups helping with the efforts here, including Peggy Adams Animal Rescue League, Halo and Sebastian, and the Humane Society of the Treasure Coast.
You'll soon see new garbage cans at the curb or on the curb in unincorporated Palm Beach County. The new gray garbage carts are being delivered to people who live in the county's unincorporated areas. The county officials say not to use the new carts until October 1st.
Now to a makeover in Delray Beach. The city tweeting out this message today saying installation of the new beach dune rope fence has begun. It's part of phase 2 of the city's beach master plan. Tomorrow, improvement work expected to be carried out on the northbound A1A lanes at the crosswalks to Anchor Park and Sandaway Center. Crews also expected to pave the inside eastbound lane along Atlantic Avenue and Venetian Drive. In Riviera Beach, you can have a say when it comes to deciding what public art will be on display in the city. Riviera Beach Redevelopment Agency says it wants your feedback on artist renderings for future murals. Public workshop will be held this Thursday at the Marina Event Center on East 13th Street. It will start at 5:30 p.m.
A heartwarming moment between the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office and a young boy named Connor. The Sheriff's Office tweeted this out. Thank you. It's a thank you message from a family member saying that Connor loved seeing the officers and was so happy to be deputized. They say it made his day. Cutie pie.
Pain at the pump. Why you might want to fill up your gas tank sooner rather than later.
Also tonight, a home for evacuees. Tonight, see a unique place to stay. It was rolled out by a local entrepreneur.
They were torn apart by Hurricane Dorian. Now a family of 7 is reuniting thanks to a stranger's kind deed.
WPTV News Channel 5 Sabira Rayford tonight takes you to Jupiter Farms, where two worlds are colliding.
Tucked away in this Jupiter Farms neighborhood is a scenic escape.
Serenity, solitude, wilderness.
Home to the Loxahatchee River and a lot of greenery, Rick Clegg, owner of the Jupiter Outdoor Center, calls this area an eco-retreat. So he built this home made of shipping containers, a first for Palm Beach County.
We've had over 600 families over 5 years from 10 different countries.
On Sunday, he met his most thankful guest yet.
This is going to be your new home for a while.
Oh! Wow.
Their trip here wasn't planned.
It's surreal.
This family of 7 traveled from Marsh Harbor Island after Hurricane Dorian.
It was all of us in one car together.
Yep.
After the storm passed, their home was unrecognizable.
And it didn't look like life there.
They escaped the island and made it to a hotel in Palm Beach County.
We still in a small place. We still in one room, and you know, we still got some of the hurricane clothes.
Their story of survival made it to Rick, who has a sister company in Eleuthera.
We got a phone call from somebody saying, hey, can you help a family out from the Bahamas that needs a place to stay?
For Rick, it was an easy answer.
We love Bahamians.
Giving this family a free and fresh start.
It's Florida, so we almost like cousins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems that way. It's one big happy family.
Reporting in Jupiter Farms, Sabir Rafer, WPTV, News Channel 5.
Now, the family is staying there for a few weeks, but then the owner has other guests who are already booked through Airbnb.
So he's hoping this really inspires others to offer up their rental properties as well. No hurricane in sight, but some drivers are rushing to fill up. The reason, gas prices are expected to climb.
Nice evening, but there's a little rain on the radar tonight. Some heavy rain cells. They firing up quickly. I'll have the latest on these, and we're going to look at the tropics coming up.
You might want to fill up your gas tank tonight. Prices could spike.
It has to do with a drone attack on Saudi Arabian oil fields that disrupted nearly half of the oil supply. WPTV News Channel 5's Chris Gilmore explains that drivers like you are bracing for the international ripple effects. Chris.
John, Eric, and I have been scouting out the gas prices nearby us here in West Palm. Down the street over at Congress and Forest Hill Boulevard, the Wawa there, you see they have $2.39 as their listed price per gallon for gasoline. Also on Congress, we checked down the street just a few blocks down and saw that the Chevron right there is the highest that we've seen so far today at $2.49, 45 cents. A lot of drivers we spoke to say that they're worried that this is just a sign of price increases that are to come. Drivers in West Palm Beach are talking.
I heard that there was a drone attack on an oil plant, and it's significant, so it should be a spike in prices.
Around West Palm Beach on Monday, you'll mostly see gas prices hovering between $2.35 and $2.39 per gallon. The experts with AAA say those prices likely won't last long.
Watch and wait, see what happens, keep our fingers crossed, and keep buying more oil from Canada.
After initial reports of the drone attacks on Saudi oil fields, prices surged as much as 18%. Those prices steadied after President Trump decided to tap into the country's emergency oil supply or strategic petroleum reserve. The weekend attack affected 5% of the daily global oil supply.
I don't like it, obviously.
Back home, drivers say they'll pay what it takes to fill up, but they aren't convinced of a big increase on the way.
Right now, we'll just wait and see. I'm not going to get in a tizzy over something that might or might not happen right now.
That's the part.
I'm still recovering from Dorian, man.
AAA says prices are expected to go up 20 cents per gallon for a 16-gallon tank. That's $3 each fill-up.
Transportation costs are going to increase. Other costs, surrounded by that. So it's not just us, filling our car up. It's other costs related to that.
If you're looking to stay up to date on the most affordable gas prices around you, you can always log on to our website, WPTV.com, click on the traffic tab, and then search for gas prices. Reporting live in West Palm Beach, Chris Gilmore, WPTV News Channel 5.
All right, we're going to try to get to Steve Wheel right now. We understand that we had a little bit of a
Low battery
issue. So Steve is
You know
behind the scenes switching it out right now.
Absolutely.
And we're encouraging him right into the green screen.
Absolutely. Well, and it was a not such a bad weekend. We were worried about Umberto's effects. Yes. We did have some rain showers.
And what a beautiful weekend. We're very grateful for it. It kind of steered clear of our area.
All right, but Steve's telling us we've got some rain right now on the radar.
You guys are doing a great job. Thanks. You should just keep going.
No, it's all
we don't have all the weather seals you do, sir.
Could have taken the weather seals. Taken a 3-day weekend. You guys were on a roll there. All right. Okay, let's talk about it. We have a couple of thunderstorms popping up. Yeah, I'll high five that. We have